Hitchcock. I'm here with Ian Cutler at Cutler's Artisan Spirits right here in the Funk Zone. Ian, thank you so much for having us today. We're super excited. So we've obviously done some research on you. You have amazing mentions and awards, but what was really cool is your family history and how it goes back to the early 1900s with your great-grandfather.
It does.
So what made you want to pick up where he left off?
Well, I guess the liquor's in the blood, I guess, if you will.
Oh, nice. I like that.
You know, my family's been in liquor one way or another, going back to my great-grandfather, Duke, who was born in a small gold mining town in the Sierras called Angels Camp.
Okay.
He moved down to my hometown of Oakdale when he was a young man. Tried to start a bar, but then the war broke out, so he actually volunteered for World War I, was an infantryman over there. Made it back, was actually severely wounded. By the time he got healthy, he started a small bar, which was the little place called Duke's up here, but unfortunately Prohibition hit just after that.
Okay.
And so he turned it into a hunting club,
Gotcha.
gathering place, speakeasy, if you will.
Yeah,
And
quotes.
continued to serve it. And the old still that you see behind
Very
you
cool.
here is the one that he and a good friend of his
nice.
used to moonshine and bootleg off of.
Nice.
And continued, serving alcohol throughout the Prohibition era. And then when Prohibition was lifted in '33, he converted it into a legitimate bar. So that's the Duke's place that you see up there.
That's great.
A few years later, he started our family liquor store, which is Cutler's Family Liquor. And it's hard to see, but my grandfather's behind me here in the picture. The two of them started the Cutler's line of spirits back, I guess it was early 40s, best we can tell. Everything ran. They had another liquor store across town there in Oakdale. My father joined in the 70s. So we've got the four generations in California liquor. Everything they did have, unfortunately, shut down around the mid-'80s. So I'm kind of reviving things here.
Well, you're doing a good job.
30
We love
years
coming
later,
here.
so, thank you.
And so we read an article called Moonshine Memories, and you mentioned how he was a moonshine bootlegger. And so I could imagine probably how difficult that was for him during the Prohibition era. We didn't read too much about his struggles, but I mean, you just told me about the cop story. That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, on the West Coast, it wasn't as bad as it was on the East Coast. That was kind of the feds were really the ones driving Prohibition, and on the West Coast out here, it was a lot more open and Wild West, if you will.
Nice.
A lot of people don't think about the moonshining, the bootlegging, and liquor that was flowing out on the West Coast. But if you think back, that just a couple decades before Prohibition, about 15 years before, so there was the gold rush was occurring. And so you can't imagine these old gold miners and families of gold miners that bared their way across to the West would just give up their liquor because somebody out east said so.
Yeah, exactly.
So really throughout California and Oregon and Washington too, liquor flowed a little bit more freely until later on in Prohibition when the feds really came out and put a little bit more pressure on. But the governor of California used to come out and buy liquor from him and his friend's ranch outside of Oakdale there.
Very interesting. Very cool. So, and then is it true that Cutler's is Santa Barbara's first legal distillery?
We are Santa Barbara's first legal distillery, yes. I'm not going to say for those other distilleries that may have opened up in garages and backyards and everywhere else. But yes, we are the first legal distillery in Santa Barbara.
And then, so I know personally when I hear Cutler's, I immediately think of y'all's amazing whiskey. It goes for a nice little closing gift for my clients, so we're appreciative of that. But you obviously have a lot more to sell here.
Yeah,
so what else do you have?
Quite a variety. We don't want to just provide something like whiskey when some folks are just not whiskey fans.
Exactly.
I personally am. I'm a big whiskey and gin fan myself, and so we do have gin. It's a very local gin that we produce here that has a lot of local elderflower from a small organic farm in the neighboring town of Goleta. We've got 4 different kinds of local citrus. We do hand peeling and drying of all the citrus peels here. We also produce a vodka that gives a very nice, clean, smooth vodka. It's GMO-free, gluten-free, all of the good things that people want.
Kylie can have some with us.
Staying healthy.
Give some shots. Yeah.
And then we also have a couple of liqueurs that we do that are quite popular. We've got our apple pie liqueur and our cold brew coffee liqueur, which is made with Santa Barbara Roasting Company.
Very
Coffee
cool.
and a little bit of 24 Blackbirds, our local chocolate roaster here in town. So a little hint of chocolate in there as well.
Amazing. I love Santa Barbara roasting. That's awesome.
Yeah, Santa Barbara Roasting, 24 Blackbirds. We love doing collaborations and working with local folks.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it as local as possible.
Yeah, that's great. And so where can consumers buy your spirits?
You can purchase them here now. We didn't used to be able to when we first opened. There was a California law that prohibited distilleries from selling our liquor directly. But we've changed that law since, and now you can purchase bottles here. Also throughout California, we've got a handful of locations. Probably the most widespread would be Total Wine and More, which is a big liquor storage you'll find throughout Southern California, and now quite a bit through Northern California, especially the Bay Area, Sacramento areas as well.
Okay, cool. And so my last question is,
Yes.
what do you love most about what you do here?
Oh, I love seeing people enjoy the spirits. You know, that's really the goal here is you know, to produce something that you know, we can offer for sale for folks that they can really get behind and really enjoy. And when they say they've you know, shared it as gifts and they enjoy that, and then you know, when they sit down, and I've had folks tell me they take it skiing, you know, the apple pie or the coffee
That's
that
amazing.
they, you know, it's become a tradition for them to take it skiing. You know, those kinds of things I think are wonderful. So that's really what drives me, is to try and create good quality spirits for folks.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for
Absolutely,
letting us interview today. And everyone will have links to Ian's website and where you can purchase. And thank you so much for watching.